think this video, has been coming for quite a while. I think it's been really needed. It's gone for, I think, the last couple of months, and maybe the last couple of years. I think, in my opinion, I think the WWE has been in that strut for too damn long, and I'm here today to give some advice. I'm gonna give some advice on how to improve the WWE. I came up with 10 reasons. And I was gonna go with 5, but I thought, you know what, I've come up with more. I've come up with 10 ideas. Now, if you have any more ideas, comment down below, guys, because this topic is a topic that I really want you guys to talk about. Because basically, it's a really talks about topic. How would you guys improve the WWE? The last how I would improve something, I think I did a SmackDown and a Raw one. This one's a WWE one, and I've come up with a few of mine. A few of these that I think needed to be done. Some of them need to be done. Some of them desperately need to be done. But it's my opinion. It's what I think and what I want to see happen with the WWE. And my number one thing that I want the WWE to do, and what they need to start doing, is start pushing Randy Orton and John Cena to the main event scene. Over the last couple of years, the one thing that hasn't helped the WWE is how they always push Randy Orton and John Cena to the top. I mean, every year they're always fighting for a championship, or they're always fighting someone else for a championship, or they're always the champion going into a WrestleMania, or they're always going into well, not the last couple of years, but if it's SummerSlam, it's always maybe Cena going in as a champion, or it's Randy Orton, and it kind of pisses me off. I mean, how is the WWE supposed to grow as a business? And you're supposed to keep putting the WWE title on Randy Orton and John Cena. It's not going to help your business. And if you're going to help to, if the business is going to have to grow, and this isn't just a wrestling business. Say this was just a car business, and say if you had Rolls Royces and Bentleys every year, and everybody was getting tired of seeing Bentleys and Rolls Royces getting sold, and they weren't selling well as they used to be, and then it's another car, and then you don't have any more cars. How can that business grow better? You gotta make more cars, and in this instance, you've gotta make more young stars for the WWE. And that goes into my second situation. Is, in my opinion, the WWE should start pushing Randy Orton and John Cena to the main event scene, because these guys are not drawing the best money. People are tired of seeing these guys in the main event scene. They've seen these guys in the main event scene for nearly 7 or 8, 9 years nearly, and they're tired of seeing these two guys in the main event scene every single time. And another thing that the WWE needs to start doing is having a part-time champion. The Rock, the first time they did this was in 2013 with The Rock. That didn't work out. And then late last year they put the title on Brock Lesnar, and it hasn't worked out again. So basically, the WWE, do not do what you did. Do not do this a third time. Do not have another part-time champion as your WWE champion, because that's going to impact your fucking TV ratings and the buy rate. I know what you're trying to do with Brock Lesnar, where you're going to have him as a special attraction and, you know, make people invested into the champion. But when you're going into a WrestleMania and you haven't had your WWE World Title Champion appear on quite a few episodes of Raw, and when you're running out of time to build up for one of the main attractions for WrestleMania this year, and the storyline sucks, how is that going to look good for the WWE? And there you go. I think that's one of the reasons why WWE needs to start putting the part-time champions. Having a part-time champion, they need to really have a full-time champion to really make that title relevant again and make that title better again. I mean, you know, put out somebody better than a part-timer. I mean, a part-timer is in the title. A part-timer is not there full-time. He's not going to defend that every single time. My third idea is basically put Paul Heyman in creative team. I think if you put him back into creative team when he's not basically on screen with Brock Lesnar, give him something to do, because the guy isn't doing anything when he's not on screen anyway, because he's just basically just figures shit anyway. I would basically use Paul Heyman the best you can. If you're not going to have him when Lesnar's not on television, you should basically have Heyman basically on the creative team. I think this is a guy that you really need to have on creative team. This guy has been in the wrestling business for years, even like I think 2 decades, something like that. This is a guy who knows about professional wrestling. This guy eats, breathes, sleeps professional wrestling. This guy knows what would work in today's WWE, and this is a guy that the WWE really need in the creative team. Because you look at today's WWE creative team, and you look how bad it is. I mean, I know Vince Russo is bad in TNA. It was bad in TNA and WCW creative team, but this is worse than Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff. And that's saying something. I don't like Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo, and that's saying something. That I actually said that this WWE creative team is worse than Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff were in WCW and TNA. Shocking, I know. But yeah, probably needs to be in creative team. I think that will make the company a lot better. Number 4, and this would help the WWE a lot better, is to fire Kevin Dunn. Now, Kevin Dunn, if you guys don't know who he is, he's part of creative. He's up there with kind of Vince and Triple H in the creative, in the kind of the board of directors kind of thing. And he's kind of like Vince's lapdog or whatever. And he goes, you know what, Vince, you're a genius, because he kind of agrees with everything and stuff like that. But and then he comes up with weird decisions, and he's come up with bad decisions in the past and stuff, and he's buried the divas, and he's done all, you know what, Kevin Dunn, I don't want to get into the whole Kevin Dunn situation, but Kevin Dunn is the reason why WWE has sucked over the years, because of Kevin Dunn's bad suggestions to Vince McMahon. Just bad. So yeah, fire Kevin Dunn. They should have done that years ago. Number 5, push young stars. Finally this year they're finally doing that with pushing Roman Reigns, and I think the WWE really need to start pushing young stars. Continue this, and not just this year, but continue this next year, and you know, the years going forward. Because I would focus on now the WWE building young stars up to the age. I would begin the age of basically building a young star from like 28 to kind of like 28. I'll kind of start building up a young star from like 28 to kind of at that age to about maybe 30, 32. I think that's the perfect age to build up a young star, because if you build up a young star at 28, then at least he's got a lot of years ahead of him. I mean, he's young. I will start pushing you guys like your Seth Rollinses, keep pushing Dean Ambrose, keep pushing Roman Reigns, push guys like Stardust, push guys and Cesaro, keep pushing these guys that are going to be in the company for many years to come, and push guys still like Daniel Bryan, push Ryback, hopefully, push Sandow, push I guess you can push Orton a bit, but not much. But yeah, keep pushing those guys. Number 6, focus on the divas a bit more. I talked about it in the Raw review, so I'm not going to really talk about it in depth here, but really just give these divas a better, just give divas a bit more TV time. That's what I'm going to say about that. Number 7 is a better TV rating. Now, over the years, a lot of wrestling fans have said over the years that we want out of the PG era. The PG era is making the WWE shit. I don't think it's just the PG era. It's a ton of other things, but that is one of the reasons, I think. I mean, I think the WWE want to do something. You know, I think the WWE need to get out of the PG era, because the PG era isn't helping them. I know it gets your young kids invested into wrestling, which is great, and it's getting that young audience invested into professional wrestling. But as you look at today's WWE, and you really need, after so long of being in such an era, and you really need to go to that next era. Like, we wasn't, like, after the golden era, people wanted that next era up. Like, we've gone to the golden era, let's go to the new generation era. And after the new generation, it was like the attitude era, and then we went to ruthless aggression. And then now, what can top? Nothing has topped the attitude era and the golden era. I mean, they tried to with the ruthless aggression era, but that didn't work. And then they tried with the whole new generation era. They tried a bit with the new generation era, but didn't top the attitude era and the golden era. And they need to build a new era. I mean, it doesn't have to be an attitude era 2.0. It can be like, I don't know, TV 14 or even PG 13. I mean, something like that. Number 8, no more factions. I don't want to see any more factions with the Authority. Nothing to do with John Cena. No Nexus anymore. No factions anymore in the WWE. That is something what WWE do not need anymore. That is something that WWE needs to improve on. We have no factions, no more long promos or segments for the WWE. That means when we open up Raw, I don't want to watch a 20-minute promo by the Authority, and I don't want to have goofy segments as well, or long segments I don't really care about. And also number 10 is kind of like what I said. I don't want to see filler all the time on every single Raw or SmackDown. Like, it's okay to see a bit of filler on a show, but not all the time. I think that WWE have a lot of filler most of the time. Sometimes they can have good shows, but it depends, like, if it's really good or not. But yeah, I think WWE needs to cut down on the filler and more of the excitement and the more of better television, I think. So that's my 10 ways how I would improve the WWE. Leave your list down in the comment section below, guys, and thanks for watching, guys. Right out.